Hi everyone, welcome. Today I will be sharing some tips for anyone that is planning to buy cute clothing for babies between the months of 9 and 12 months old. So this is when they're really practicing their little pincer grasp. You'll notice them grabbing things more. And they're also developing two teeth on each of their jaws. So buttons are very tempting to them. So I caution you from buying clothes that have buttons. So try to buy things that do not have any buttons on them. 9 to 12 months is also an exciting time as they're starting to self-feed, and so finger foods is a great way to allow them to practice their new grasping skills. Which brings me into tip number one is that avoid buying white clothes at this point. Clothing that are in the darker shades might survive their new food habits much better. Tip number two is around buying clothes that say that they're good to be washed in warm water versus cold, really because it's much easier to wash away those messes, especially with their new food habits, much easier when clothes are compatible to be washed with warm water. Tip number three is to start investing in bibs. There are a lot more types of bibs nowadays available that actually look like they're part of their cute outfit. So even if you're going out, you can kind of just put it on that you don't have to worry about putting on a bib when you're out. Tip number four is around kids that are starting to crawl. When babies are starting to crawl, I would suggest that you start moving away from onesies and bodysuits to shirts so that they don't have that pull when they're crawling and pulling them back sort of so they're more comfortable in crawling. And tip number five is to look into shoes that have soft soles and anti-slip. There's a lot of shoes, if you just look at the bottom of their shoe, you could tell if they're anti-slip. Some are even sold saying that they're anti-slip. This is great, especially when they're starting to practice to walk. So when they're falling, they might have a little bit more grip to fall more safely. So those are the tips I have for anyone that's purchasing clothes that are for babies between the months of 9 and 12 months. I hope that was useful. Thanks, guys.